Welcome to Sex and the One, the podcast with B and KV.
Getting down and dirty about all things love, life, sex, dating, and relationships. Welcome.
Welcome.
What song are we singing this week?
I want something just like this. No.
Okay.
That's a Coldplay song too.
Okay, we're up to the bit where I don't know what songs you're singing. That's
Guys, that's probably where I don't know. I wonder what song they were playing when that happened.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure. I should look into
But
that.
we're going to do, as promised last week, we're doing part 2 of cheating. But this week we want to talk a bit less with the personal stories, a bit more with the psyche and what's happening there and why it is such a grey area. Why does it matter? All of the above.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where do you want to go first, darling?
Where do you want to go first? I just wanted to mention the drift.
Yeah, okay.
Because I feel like that plays into this topic a little bit. Mm-hmm. And if you are in a long-term relationship, marriage, whatever, that when we spoke about the drift that last couple of weeks ago, that those little gaps in time, you know, when we identify the lack of in that moment, that's actually the finer detail, that if you let those little things go, this is where it could lead to, like the moments of dissatisfaction.
Someone else, if they come along, could fill the gap, couldn't they?
Don't let there be fucking gaps.
Yeah.
That's my life mission.
No gaps.
No fucking gaps.
No gaps, baby.
No gaps. That's probably, that's why,
But, I mean, there's so many levels of this cheating thing. So I asked yesterday.
Yeah.
So this is now 2 weeks ago, but yesterday for us.
Yeah.
What is a behaviour or a sentence or something that you've noticed from someone that made you suspect they were cheating, and were you right?
Signs of cheating.
And my beautiful married people all did the same thing as usual, which they all said, I've got no idea, that's never happened to me. I wasn't necessarily talking about the people themselves, of course, because I was talking about it just in general.
Yeah.
But and you probably understand this as a married person, because I was the same when I was married. You operate in a world where it's about you and your relationship, don't you?
Well, you don't go into a relationship going, I've got to look out for these signs. Like, no. I've got to, he's going to do this or I'm going to do that. And you go into a relationship thinking this is going to be,
but
we're going to be solid,
proud of
we're
that relationship. And if someone else asks you a question, you tend to go, my relationship's awesome. I have no experience with that. You know what I mean? Like,
you go,
but I wasn't even asking about your relationship. I was asking just in general.
Yeah.
But it's a time where you can go, actually, I'm proud. And I love that. Like, I love
really
that.
do that very often, because I told you, like, I get really, I get a bit funny about sharing how positive my relationship is.
Yeah.
I am proud of it, and I want to scream it from the rooftops. But I acknowledge that not everyone has that, and I'm an empath, and I don't want to hurt people's feelings.
Yeah. Yep.
So I don't want to do that.
Because you and I have had this conversation many times.
I know, you're like, just fucking say it.
Well, because I think that people need to see what else is out there so that they know that there's better. Because if they don't know that there's better, then they think they've got something great. I thought my marriage was great. I did. When I was in my denial and thought that nothing was happening with him outside of the marriage, I thought it was great. It was shit.
I honestly think that it comes down to your inner self-worth.
Yes.
Your self-esteem, your self-confidence. Because I would never, there are some things that I've heard over the last couple of weeks that some men do or have done. And I'm like, mate, if you did that to me, I look Anth in the eyeballs, if you even fucking tried that, you're out.
Yeah.
I do not stand for shit.
Yes. Because you value you.
But even then, I give him a bit of a, I don't know who I was with, but we had a bit of a laugh about it.
Yeah.
And I was like, I think Anth is the way he is because I trained him to be like this.
Yeah.
Was I with you?
I don't know.
No, it was with, and it was a joke. But I'm like, no. When he didn't respond to my text, I'd be like, where's my fucking text?
Yeah.
Back in the day, we're teenagers.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why didn't you text me back?
Yeah.
Like, you need to respond to my
you
message.
have always said, line, sand, here, you get over here, get over this side of the
Yeah.
line. Yeah.
You know, like when it was the getting back together thing.
Yeah.
If you do not stop recreational drug use, whatever, at the time.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm sorry, but I'm not doing this.
Yes.
I'm not about this life.
Yeah. Yeah. None for me.
None for me. And
No,
it was,
thanks.
so I always gave those little, it's not an ultimatum, but it's a decision.
Yeah.
A choice.
Yeah.
And if you're going to choose to be a dick
Yeah,
and
you're
cheat
out.
on me or give me these
and
signs.
he knew you meant it
I'm not
because
doing that.
because a lot of women say what you say. And a lot of women do what you do.
Yeah.
But then they don't mean it because
You gotta follow through.
the man comes back and goes, well, the issue is, I agree with you, but also the issue is you've got 2 kids and then he starts the recreational drug use again and he does it once or he does it twice.
Nah.
And it's not okay. But are you going to kick him out for that?
Yes.
Like at what point?
That's not true, by the way, but yes,
But
I
you-
would.
But you know what I mean? Like that's the issue is that when
Sorry, Dom.
that's me. When these things tend to happen,
You're
is
in too
they,
deep.
They creep up on you and it's never like I was lucky that I had a really clear-cut, easy decision. It's not
But you
normally
didn't.
like that.
You didn't have a clear-cut, easy decision. You chose it to be a
Yes,
clear-cut,
that's
easy
true.
decision. If you are dissatisfied in certain areas of your relationship, and I have voiced this before,
Yeah.
you have to communicate that.
Yes.
You have to work on that. Fucking being in a marriage is really hard.
Yeah.
Being in a long-term relationship, being in a relationship, having to factor in someone else. We've shared this. Fucking hard. It's an effort every single
know.
day. You have
I
to
know.
choose
I
to make
don't
it
think-
work.
If I don't think I could currently do that.
No, and I understand why you wouldn't. I totally understand why.
Yeah.
I can fully, in the depth of my soul, understand why.
Yeah.
It is hard
Yeah.
daily.
Yes.
When I say hard, it's you have to choose to make the effort for it to work.
Yes. Yeah.
Because easily, if you could be dissatisfied at anything, and I think
Yes.
dissatisfaction is quite a broad term, but if you don't pick up on it, like the details I was talking about with the drift, if you don't pick up on the gap's just going to get bigger,
Yep.
and then these signs that we're going to talk about are going to occur, and you're going to let them slip,
Yep.
and then you will be cheated on.
Or you won't know they're
it's not
happening.
that
Like for me,
simple.
I had to they talk about the whisper and then the knock and then the brick. For me, I had the brick and I saw the whisper and the knock and ignored both of my
you chose
intuition.
not to. Yeah, but
I
you were
would
in
never
real deep,
do
like
that
4
now.
fucking kids.
Yeah.
You
And
know.
no self-esteem. It was the self-esteem. I agree with you. You
Sorry, I'm
set
coming
the
in
boundaries
strong.
because your esteem was higher than mine. 100%.
But was
That
it?
is
Like,
why.
I've never looked at myself having that, but now I'm like,
Yeah,
know what you
definitely it
want.
was. So, some of these things that I thought were really interesting, some of the answers that I thought were really interesting,
Yeah.
is so what behaviors have you noticed? Right?
Yeah.
A couple of people said this when they accuse you of cheating.
100%. So in family violence world,
Yeah,
that's the first thing like a person using violence will do
yeah,
to the victim survivor. They
Yeah.
will say you're cheating and accuse them over and over and over and over again.
yeah,
And it's just this telltale sign. You see it all the time.
yeah, and it's because they're doing the
power of
thing that
control.
they're saying you're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a mirroring.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
A few people said he started dressing better. He had new outfits, and like he started taking care of his appearance, and he wasn't before.
This is so not related, but related.
Yeah,
My husband gets addicted to certain things.
yeah.
Shoes,
Oh,
clothing, perfume.
yeah.
He's like, I just want someone. This happened yesterday. I just want someone to walk past me and say, oh, you smell so good. And I'm like, why the fuck would you want that?
Because he wants people to acknowledge he smells good.
So he went out and bought 2 new aftershaves. I was like, but are you looking for someone else? Like, isn't it like, I'm not going to tell you every fucking day you smell good. Then, like, what fun would that be? Do you need me to?
It takes a village.
Oh, we had a chuckle about it, but I'm like, I didn't take that as a red
This is the
flag,
thing,
but
actually.
Maybe it is.
This is the thing. It doesn't hurt to have someone else who's attractive to say that.
No.
It doesn't hurt that.
No,
Like that
it
is not
doesn't.
cheating. That's just validation, and everybody's looking
Yeah.
for that.
He just wants to smell good.
Everybody wants to feel like they smell
Anyway,
good.
sorry.
I
That was
got
side
a
note.
couple of really long cheating stories.
All right. What's the story?
So a couple of them were like, and I'll paraphrase because they were similar, and we talked quite in depth about the sad stuff last week, and I don't want to overly focus on the sad stuff this week.
Yeah.
But it starts with the tiny things. It starts with their phone being in their pocket instead of on the couch, and instead of showing you stuff. And like, like even to the point where they're sitting on the couch. So like you used to sit together so that you could both see each other's phones. Not that you were looking, but you weren't hiding anything. And then all of a sudden you're up the other end, but they pretend that they're up the other end for another reason than they are. And all of a sudden 2 years later you realise they've slept with 18 people. And so the sign is there at the start, and we were discussing this yesterday. A lot of the signs, like for example, the person spending more time in their bedroom because that means they're texting, the other person or whatever, and a lot of them can be attributed to other things. Like, so it's you
can't assume.
So it's like, well, okay, she's had a whole day with the kids, so of course she wants to go to her bedroom and have some time off. At what point is it suspicious? And do you know what? At what point it's suspicious? My opinion is when your gut fucking tells you.
Yeah,
because
100%.
Most of the behavior isn't suspicious in itself. It's when your gut goes, "Hang on, I feel differently about this."
Yes.
Because I could tell you that story with Anthony the perfume. You don't feel like he's gone to another woman and got her to smell him.
We had a chuckle about it.
Do you know what I mean?
Funny.
But you don't feel, your gut is not going ding, 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 ding about that behaviour.
No.
But if your gut was, then it could be considered one of the things. And
Yes.
so that was what we really talked about a lot, was the fact that it could be that it could go either way. But you do know intuitively, and like it's paying attention to the intuition. A lot of people said phones, iPhones, whether you got your iPad in one room and then your phone in the other room.
Messages.
And the messages sync.
Yes.
Apparently that's caused a lot of divorces, I've heard.
Oh, so I listened to this other podcast. I listened to another podcast called Betrayal.
Yes.
An American podcast. She basically has women on, and men, that share their betrayal stories.
Right.
And most of the time it's that catches them.
Yeah. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah,
It's fascinating.
And it usually starts with something tiny, and then by the time they get brazen because they've gotten away with it, and there must be, and I guess I need to understand more about it, and I don't. There's a certain period, there's a certain joy that people get from getting away with it, like from coming home. Yeah, there must be some sort of thrill that I haven't experienced.
Like that hit that you first get when you meet someone and you're really giddy, and it's like what's the thrill of the chase?
Yeah,
like there's something about that.
Feeling
it's that
desired.
Emotion. I feel like it's that hormone. That
This is me, because I'm single, so it's different. But it's me on holidays. When I'm on holidays,
you're in your element.
I absolutely fucking love that.
Well, it's the same thing, but they look for it whilst in a relationship, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Because that dies down. Like you don't stay in your honeymoon period forever.
Yeah.
And I think that's fair to say that happens. Which is the marriage I'm saying you got to work on.
Yeah, which is separate to this conversation entirely. Yeah. But it's why I have like strong opinions about monogamy.
Yes, I understand that too.
Because some people have needs in other areas and interests, and like especially people that are bi that might want to experience the same sex, and they're married to the opposite sex or whatever, and. That's separate to cheating, by the way.
No, but I think like if you're in a relationship like that and you are going to consider the other person, like the person's sexual orientation, that you would explore other ways to fulfill that need.
Yeah.
You're closing the gap. Whatever the fuck you need to do to close the gap, do it.
Do it together. Like what you've just
I
said.
agree. Yeah. I like that.
So someone else has said that they've got a friend who is having sex with a guy currently who is married, and she's fine with it. So the friend is single, the guy is married, and she doesn't care. What's your opinion on that?
I'm not okay with that.
Talk to me.
Because I have a husband that's married.
Yep.
I have a husband that's married. Fuck, I'm really good today. Hey, real good.
Talk to me, because I'll tell you mine as well.
This level of betrayal, this deception, like I can't get over that feeling of... how I can't imagine like you articulated it in the last episode, but I really, those initial feelings that you would get to have found out that this is going on, I don't know if I'd be able to function as fast as you did. Like, fuck, I know you have to get up and keep going, but I know, but it's just, that's a lot. And what does it say about
this is the thing.
The person.
I was very fixated for a long time on the other women. Like, what were they doing? What were they thinking? What were they?
And she knows, the fact she knows that stings more for me.
And so for me, it's like so basically their theory is, and I've heard this lots of time with lots of people, their theory is they're not married. They're not the one cheating. That's his problem. But your actions are actively contributing to
the demise of
someone else's marriage
and family.
And when she finds out, she will be devastated, and you will have contributed to her devastation.
100%. And we don't do that to other women.
And I spoke to some people yesterday that said to me over and over again that they had done things like that when they were younger. They had participated in those kind of things. And as you know, I did once as well. Yeah. And it stays with you forever, your role in wrecking someone else's life. And it's not okay.
No, it's not. But something like I don't know. If you're a psych and you can fucking put words to this, like there's got to be something chemically, there's got to be something that does to someone to let that settle in and be like, I'm okay with this. I'm okay with this behavior.
I think this is where cheating gets singled out. It's a little bit similar to jealousy in the sense that it's an emotion that gets singled out. This is a behavior that gets singled out as the thing, because I singled it out in my marriage as the thing that was not okay. I don't want to feel jealous. I don't want cheating. And it's like the thing. But like people do many, many, many things to hurt other people in lots of situations in life. But this is the one thing where people have lines about. And I do too. You know, like, so you could hurt someone else by eating a certain thing in front of them when they don't eat that or whatever. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like, at what point is it like, no, that's my life, that's your life? And so there's a lot of people that would think, oh, well, that's not, like, that person's wife is not my problem.
Yes.
But I think it goes way deeper than that. And I think women have been taught from birth to compare and compete. And we don't consider each other when we're making our decisions. And I have been like an advocate for years and years and years, and I've made some not good decisions, and I've changed how I operate to always consider women. I have often fallen on my sword when I know a man is treating another woman a certain way. He might not be treating me that way, but he's gone. Bye-bye. Goodbye.
I think it speaks to, I don't know who this woman is, and I don't want to judge her because like we've just had that whole discussion, but it speaks to that person's current values system. And if honesty is not one of them, like right now, like imagine what she's going through to have to make the decision to do this.
Because you can have sex with a married man, just have fun with where the wife knows. Like,
but there are relationships like that. You know them. They're on fucking Red Hot Pie or whatever.
Yeah.
So they exist. Yeah. And okay, if you want to do that and you want that little thrill and you want to get that hit of, you know, hormone release, then do it the legit way.
Yeah.
But then there's something about it being dark and shady that brings another element.
Well, this is the thing. I think there's a joy in, and I'm going to say, it's going to sound too direct, but there's a joy in hurting someone else. Not that the joy is directly into hurting someone else, but you know someone else is getting hurt. Like I don't know. There's that's certainly the case for in my situation.
Yeah.
Like, not my actions. Like
no,
yeah. But I don't know. I think people are like there's an impure element to some people.
Impure.
Do you want to hear another story?
Yep.
So someone wrote this really beautiful thing, and I want to read it if I can. Okay. In the past, I was in a relationship where I felt cheated on because he was paying for personal, individualized content from sex workers.
Okay.
I knew he watched porn, and I just found it confronting when I found on his home computer photos of a woman with his name written all over her.
Oh, okay.
He was obsessed with a girl he went to school with and always felt second string to her. He did nearing the end of our time together and tried to sleep with her. which massively backfired on him. She ended up hitting me up when we broke up. At the time, I said, no thanks, I'm not into girls. But that small evil part of me now thinks it would have been sweet revenge for how he treated me in the last years. So this girl was into her, not him.
Oh, my God.
How cool's that?
That's sisterhood right there.
The general feeling was I was constantly trying to hold down a relationship that was never really mine to begin with. I knew that in my gut, and I was always on the watch for signs that he was keeping loyal. Every fight, he would reel me back in and delete all his evidence and make me feel crazy. And to me, that is like the absolute, that it just explains cheating to a T. They make you feel like you've done something. They're doing behaviours that you feel are weird and wrong, and you ignore them because you feel you're crazy. And that's why people don't find out about cheating. That's why when they do find out about cheating, you feel somehow responsible because you sort of semi-knew, and then it messes with your head.
Oh, absolutely does.
That, like,
it's a game of manipulation.
What did I do to make him cheat? What can I change?
Fuck. I have some very strong feelings about that. But, do you know the stats on like men cheating versus like women cheating? Do we have any of that?
No, I don't.
I'm curious. I should Google it. You talk. I'm going to Google.
Okay. Some of the other things that are signs are when they justify someone else's cheating actions. So like there's a whole group of people talking and it's like blah, 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 cheated. And they'll be like, oh, it doesn't sound that bad.
Right.
So they're trying to make themselves feel better. When they come home and shower after they've seen someone.
But how do you know they could just be coming home to shower?
Well, this is the thing. When money's missing, and again with the strange fascination with self-improvement, and locked phones, which we've talked about a lot already, and organising outings for you when they want to say you go and do this, and so then they can cheat while you're doing that. Talk to me. What did you find out?
So studies like the General Social Survey show that men generally report slightly, I'm very fascinated, higher rates of infidelity than women, with approximately 20% of men.
Right.
And 13% of women admitting to having had sex with someone other than their spouse whilst married. That's according to the Institute for Family Studies.
Well, there you go.
Do you know what? Is this about men not having their needs met sexually? Is this about women not having their needs met sexually?
Don't know.
Like, why didn't you just go and get?
It
can be emotional.
Is it emotional? Right? Also, we haven't talked about, but let's do it in another episode. What is cheating? Because when has cheating occurred? Has cheating occurred when they text the person, when they download the app, when they talk to the person? You know, like at what point is it cheating? Do you know what I think the answer is to that?
The word's not cheating. I think it's deception.
Yep.
And betrayal.
Yep.
If those emotions pop up, it's like you deceived me, you betrayed me. That's enough. If Ant downloaded an app and nothing occurred from that, I've lost that little link of trust that bound us together. It's gone.
Yep, I agree. And I think your gut tells you the answer for you. Because for some people, it has to be the full sex. For some people, it's the app, and there's all the in between. But your gut tells you for you what's not okay. Yeah. For me, it had to be years and years and years of like infidelity for me to. I didn't know at the time, but
do you think you were?
I was told when it was when I could when I
was strong enough
do something about it. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So for you're strong enough now with an app. Done.
Cut. You don't want to fuck with me.
Don't download an app, Ants. Don't do it. Don't do it. See you next week, people.
Peace out. Thanks for listening to Sex and the One, an original podcast created by
KV and B,
produced by
B and KV,
content by
KV and B,
enthusiasm for sex
B, and mostly KV.